before we start the podcast, we want to take the time to say, if you like us, please follow, like, comment on SoundCloud, sub, like, comment on YouTube, subscribe, rate, and comment on iTunes. It really helps us out. Thanks a bunch.
Welcome to Anime Cherry Bomb, where we review all your favorite animes and sometimes your least favorite animes. I'm the guy that was diagnosed with Frank Sinatra syndrome, Jay, and with me is Mr. Cappuccino, Aaron. How you doing, Aaron?
Doing pretty good, Jay. Pretty good. Wish I could say the same thing about this week's anime.
I know, right? Such a letdown. What anime are we going to be talking about today, Aaron?
We're going to be talking about the instant anime classic of Ping Pong Club.
And do you have the synopsis for us?
Sure, Jay. Ping Pong Club focuses on 6 middle school kids and their raunchy hijinks in their ping pong club.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I should say, without going into gory details.
Too much details, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get through the facts before
we get into anything general.
Yeah.
All right. So Ping Pong Club is a comedy anime released in 1995. How old were you in 1995?
2.
I was 4.
There you go.
And there are 26 episodes. One thing weird about the episode count is that in the when it was broadcast in the United States. Oh, well, actually, I don't even know if it was broadcast here.
No,
but for like the English version of it, they made it 26 episodes. But in the Japan release, it's like 50 something because they count each half.
Yeah, like
part.
52.
Yeah, it's like
probably.
It's like I think it's in the high 40s or something like that.
Yeah.
But because I think they count like the double episodes, like the
as
part
one.
1, part 2 as one episode.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's something, a little fun fact for you. So this is based on the manga written by Minoru Furuya, and some other stuff that he's done. Well, notable stuff is Himizu, which is like a drama movie, live action drama movie, and okay, let me pronounce this one right. Himianoru, which is a dark comedy crime drama movie, and that one's also live action. And he's actually won an award, the Kodansha Manga Award, for this Ping Pong Club manga.
Okay. That's
So I guess the manga is better.
Well, maybe. When we get to general, I have a reason like why it's so like beloved. We were like talking about it like yesterday, like it's just nostalgia. But there's a reason why people like this anime, and I can see why.
Some people compared it to like the South Park of anime or something
like that.
I
could see that.
I would call it the Amy Schumer of anime.
The Amy Schumer. Overrated.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so back to the facts. This was directed by Masami Hata, and some other stuff that he's done is the Super Mario Bros. The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach movie, which is I think it's a Japanese exclusive Mario movie.
Oh, it's a classic.
Yeah, and he's done the movie Little Nemo. Have you ever heard of Little Nemo?
From you, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually my most nostalgic video game is Little Nemo on the NES, and some other stuff. He's done a bunch of Sanrio movies, like a crap ton. Like I'm saying, like over 20 movies he's done. Because I guess he after he left this company that he did, Ping Pong Club, he went to go work for Sanrio in their upcoming animation department that became defunct after I don't know how long. But he's worked there.
They released Flint.
But it was like 10 years he worked there, so he did like a crazy amount of Hello Kitty movies and
that's cool.
Caro P movies.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's all he did pretty much. Now, I guess now he works as a freelance director. And The studio was Grouper Productions, and some of the works as they've done is Fairy Dick. Have you ever heard of Fairy
No.
Dick? It's not a perverted movie. It's actually it's
Oh, he's a
actually
fairy detective?
no, it's
Oh.
Dick. It's like it's called Fairy Dick. It's a kids show. There's 26 episodes of that.
What the heck? Okay.
Yeah, but it's about a hobgoblin and something to do with him. And another series that they worked on is the Kiki Tulala OVA series, which is about like two I think they're brother sister angels, and they're like one OVA is like them helping a unicorn. Another
Okay,
one is
right.
like them wishing upon a star or something like that.
So it's a bunch of kids.
Yeah, a bunch of
anime.
kid stuff. But then what's something that they've done that's not kids is something called the Sensualist. Have you ever heard of the Sensualist?
No.
Okay, so I guess that there's like this guy, and I guess he's like attractive or something like that. And I guess he's like super like sexual, and he gets disowned by his dad. But when his dad dies, he inherits all his money, and then some other character makes a bet with like a merchant to have sex with him.
All right.
And if he doesn't do it, then he gets his junk cut off.
Oh my god.
Well, this is an OVA, another OVA, so that's something that we might have to review one day in the episode like 500. Oh, we're gonna do the Sensualist.
Oh god, when we're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, exactly. This was licensed by Central Park Media, and they've done stuff like Angel Sanctuary. Have you ever heard of Angel Sanctuary?
No.
Okay, so you were mentioning this before we started the podcast that they've done a lot of like hentai stuff.
Yeah.
And Angel Sanctuary is one that I actually watched like a long time ago.
Oh my
like
god.
I want to say like middle school.
Jesus.
It's something that I caught on like some late night
Blog.
channel or something. And it's actually about a guy who's like in love with his sister, and he also has powers
There
for
you
some
go.
reason.
Mm-hmm. Anime. It sounds like anime.
Yeah. And it turns out he's like an angel that defied God or something like that. I don't know.
That sounds super edgy.
Yeah, it is super edgy. I remember, I think this is the anime where there was like a lesbian scene, and I was like, what the hell's going on?
What's
It's like the first time I seen like something sexual in anime is Angel Sanctuary.
and now it's just like normal. You're like,
Yeah, you see it anywhere. They did La Blue Girl.
Oh, there you go.
Which
Classic.
is a hentai classic.
Yep, classic.
And The Slayers is a really
Really?
Yeah. Well, this was licensed, not like produced or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And they've since become defunct, so somebody else has the license
Funimation
now.
has the license now.
Yeah.
That's really. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. So the music was done by Katz Hoshi, and he's actually done a Studio Ghibli movie. The music for a Studio Ghibli movie, which is Only Yesterday. Have you heard of this anime?
Mm.
Yeah, he's done that one. And he's actually the guitarist for a band called The Mops.
That's tight.
Yeah, which is like a psychedelic rock band. And it's actually pretty good. I looked up like one of their albums, and it was pretty cool. It was like kind of like Black Sabbath meets The Who, kind
Ooh,
of.
that sounds actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And so the two opening songs were performed by a band called Switch. I didn't really look up anything for these opening songs, but the band is called Switch. And the first ending song was done by a band called the Zip Guns, which is a really cool name.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And the second ending was done by somebody named Sakura Uehara. So I don't really have anything on that. And for cross media, there's the manga, there's VHS tapes. But what's interesting about the VHS tapes is that it was cut off before they could release the whole thing.
Yeah, I think I read that, and then like later in a couple months after that, they released the DVDs.
Yeah, and that had everything.
Yeah.
So that sucks for the people that were collecting the VHS tapes.
So before, how did you feel about the music
Oh,
in this
I
anime?
think the music was actually one of the highlights of this anime. What do you think?
In an anime that's the bottom of the barrel,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I messaged you last night, like they like bust through the bottom of the barrel, they go lower than
The bottom of the
the
barrel.
Yeah. Like the only highlight I could say is it's the music in it.
Yeah, I mean, like one One of the songs that like really stands out to me is that one that they used a lot was it almost had like a surfer vibe. Like
So I think I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast before, but there's a lot of Casio keyboard
yeah,
in here.
yeah, there is a lot.
There's a lot of keyboard music, and I actually really enjoyed it. It almost felt like a lot of the music felt like that era of games.
Oh yeah, I guess I can see that.
Yeah. It reminded me a lot of like just what it would have been SNES, right? SNES.
Yeah, around that time.
Yeah, because it's 95, right?
Yeah, 95.
So PSX. That's early PSX. Yeah, but no, it's probably more SNES, Genesis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was the same time.
Yeah, that's what I felt when I'm watching, or hearing the music.
Yeah, a lot of it gave me like a 80s vibe, kind of.
Yeah,
Like a late 80s vibe. My favorite song is the one that Maeno sings. I was showing you the Japanese version, but I think the English one like freaking trumps it by like 100%.
Oh god.
So, and you probably if you're listening now, you already heard it.
Yeah, you've heard it now.
It's the intro. So yeah, I really like that song, and I was like, even when I wasn't watching, I was like, I kind of want to listen to that, and I listened to the rip that I made, and it always made me laugh. It was really funny.
Well, the good part about it is you don't have to credit anybody.
Yeah,
because no one owns this.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think people care enough to. I don't think anybody owns this license anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who's gonna?
Who's gonna strike me? Yeah. But I will credit the person that sang it because I'm sure they're still active. The voice actor for Weavile.
Yeah, oh man.
You know, one thing I learned about that voice actor, he's actually like a singer. He's actually a good singer.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah, and he's like he plays something like the piano or something really good. I don't know. But that's all I really have for the facts. Do you want to hop into the general? Do you want to say anything general? Well, I'm sure you do.
Okay, so I think this is the anime that I had to give some full disclosure on.
Yeah.
I did not finish this anime.
Yeah, this is the first one that you didn't finish.
I tapped out. I'm weak.
Mm-hmm.
I
know you have like a bet going on about like finishing.
Oh, finishing 52 anime.
Yeah, in 1 year.
This was even worth.
Yeah, that 1 point, it wasn't worth it.
I'll just go watch something else. Yeah, it was like I got to episode 13, and I was like, oh, there's only like 24 episodes, right? And I saw there was 26, and I was like,
yeah,
nah, I got the gist of it. I'm pretty sure, and you know, me and you probably have the same amount of things to talk about here, even though you have double the episodes I watched. I mean,
I did actually finish it.
Yeah, so like excluding like very specific like episode details.
Yeah,
like
you even
I can broadly talk about the series with confidence. I feel
you even asked me if there was like anything that like noteworthy that happened, and I was like, no, it's more or less the same, just different situations.
Yeah, and that's so like I was saying earlier, I could see why people would like this show. I have friends who I feel who would like this show.
Yeah,
but I could like me and you almost have kind of similar tastes.
Yeah,
and it's.
But I like to give stuff the benefit of the doubt.
I couldn't. I was like, just everything started to annoy me with this anime. Where I had
there is a lot of annoying things in this anime.
Like I have a very. I want to say something. I have high tolerance if there's something. Like, I finished Speed Graphers.
Yeah, exactly.
In Speed Graphers, nothing happens in that anime.
Yeah.
But this offended me more than Speed Graphers.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I was watching the sub, I feel like I would have had a worse time.
Oh, yeah.
Than
because probably the jokes wouldn't translate and...
Yeah, exactly.
And you wouldn't understand it, and everything looks ugly.
Yeah, and just... The dub is like hilariously bad in spots.
Yeah,
but it's also good in spots too.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's his name? Like Takeda, like Takeda's voice actor.
Yeah, the captain.
Yeah,
he's actually pretty good.
Yeah, he honestly reminded me of Kyone's voice actor like a lot for some weird.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Like he hit certain pitches.
Kyon from Haruhi.
Yeah. and I was like, is that him? And I had to look it up, and it wasn't.
Is Takeda's voice actor still active? Do you know?
No, I don't think any of these people are
Yeah.
still active,
Mm-hmm.
except for like anybody who was on Yu-Gi-Oh. Like they're still on like Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
but it's like nobody's really that active anymore.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy.
Yeah.
I was getting, when we get to the more specific things,
Mm-hmm.
I was just getting like migraines just watching it.
One thing that you've mentioned to me in text is that they reuse a lot of the same jokes.
Yeah,
And that's like its biggest fault.
that's my cardinal sin for any
Comedy anime.
any comedy. I hate it when like a single character is broken down to a joke,
Mm-hmm.
and then that joke is just repeated, just in different stances.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's
different.
all 6 characters. Almost all of them have the same jokes.
Yeah.
Just like you said, they're just in different situations, but it's the same jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, this guy smells and they're passing out. So imagine that
this
every
guy's
episode.
showing his junk.
Yeah, exactly. The first time I seen it, like the shock of it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But then it happens again and again and again, and it's like, oh, okay, well, like whatever.
Yeah. There's a difference between like an ongoing joke and
Like a repetitive, like it's
something
being repetitive,
and
like annoying, repetitive, and like a reoccurring.
reoccurring joke.
joke.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same, essentially the same thing. It's just, I didn't like if you don't like the joke, then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, but like it's not even like reoccur, like because it happens like multiple times,
Mm-hmm.
like in the same episode. Like it's not even like a callback
Yeah,
or
exactly.
anything.
It's like the same animation, the same scene being played again.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, and it's just like the bottom of the barrel humor.
Yeah, exactly. It's potty humor, pretty much,
Yeah,
is what I described it to you.
like the best way I can describe this is almost like not even like South Park.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least like South Park is like well written in
Yeah,
spots.
exactly.
It's more like I felt more like Family Guy,
Okay.
like a Family Guy sense of humor
Yeah.
in it. Just like how fast like the jokes are. They're just like
Yeah.
nonstop, just throw them all at the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But they're the same jokes over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. Is there anything that you actually liked generally? Do you recall anything?
Besides the music, the only thing that actually kept me going was
The bad voice acting.
well, the bad voice acting, number one. Yeah, I really love the bad voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like the combination of like the voice acting and like just pick any of the characters.
Takeda.
No, not even Takeda. Takeda's like the one.
Maeno?
Yeah, like Maeno. It's like his combination of like his face and his voice. Like that's what irritated me the most. But the Takeda and Kyoko relationship actually like had me going because I thought it was actually pretty cute.
Yeah.
But then there was,
Mm-hmm.
the fucking 2 characters always in there.
Ruining everything.
Yeah, ruining everything. And it was just, I don't know. It was just too much.
One thing that I enjoyed was that there was a lot of different video game systems that they would sometimes play during the anime. Like, I mean, they play the Game Boy the most. I think I've even seen like a Tiger Electronics kind of handheld as well. But one thing that you missed, Aaron, was that later in the series, Kyoko is playing the Virtual Boy.
All right.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool to see that.
All right.
So do you want to jump into the
let's hit art
style?
Let's just hit art because
there's like literally no cinematography in this anime.
Exactly.
Other than like it's pretty much the same as like Flint the Time Detective. There's like when they're doing an action, it's like a white background with like color points going and making a circle in the middle.
Right.
No, it's kind of hard to describe this.
Yeah.
But it's like a action background or something that they're doing. That's like pretty much like the only thing that they do.
And it's like static shots.
Yeah, and you can't really blame it. It's just a product of the time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all animes had some. Well, all older animes
Anime.
had a lot of that.
Yeah,
going
exactly.
on.
Like a lot of cost-cutting measures.
Like reusing the same frame or same animation for like the
Yeah,
same
you're
stuff.
using the same. I mean, it happens even now, just more infrequently.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
we're using the same key animations.
But back to art style.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah, most of the characters are super ugly looking, apart from like some of the girls.
Oh yeah.
Like Kyoko's cute. The other character, what's her name? Chiyoko. She's okay.
Yeah. A lot of the swimming girls, they're cute. Even the
Yeah.
teacher
With her snot.
Yeah. Her horrible voice acting also.
Did you see the episode where she returns? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they go to the boot camp.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I really like. I don't know if that episode is on my favorites, but I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. They just like eat the mushrooms and get sick, and
yeah. Then Maeda,
that's pretty much what happens.
Yeah. Then Maeda and the other guy get really annoying.
Well, that's pretty much every episode.
Yeah, well, I think that's actually the episode that got me to stop, because I was like, okay, like
nothing was accomplished in the end.
Like no, like I don't know, like rape jokes don't really sit well with me.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that.
And it's like,
well, it should be offensive to everybody.
Yeah, but like the way they're doing it, like they're trying to pose it as humorous.
Yeah,
like molestation, like humor, because there's a lot of anime where like molestation happens, and not to say that it's funny, but it's like, oh, okay, I could see that, whatever. Maybe just because I didn't like the characters.
Yeah,
and I was like, this is too much. And like her vulnerabilities were like, it was just like really, really weird.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the character designs of the main cast are like almost stereotypical of like what people look like in real life.
Yeah.
I can Tanabe is the obvious one of the American guy.
Yeah.
Just hairy and tall.
And then
blonde.
It's Maeda. What's the other guy's name?
Which one? The hair, pointy hair guy?
Yeah.
That's Izawa.
Izawa. Like them, I felt like they're like almost Japanese caricatures.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I feel like Maeno is like almost Korean looking.
Right. Oh, you know what? Going back to general, there is something I actually really liked, and that was like the anime references.
Okay.
I really enjoyed, like the pointy hair guy. He's modeled after
Joe Boxer.
Yeah, the Joe Boxer. And then it's like, oh, they're playing Fujiko, like Fujiko and Lupin, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like that, I really thought that was really funny, and like that was a really cool callback when Maeda was in the rich family.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So when Maeda was in the rich family,
yeah,
and the one pointy hair guy was disguised as him, and the sister goes, "Oh, are we gonna play Fujiko again?" And like, I was like, oh, that was a really neat callback.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, yeah, back to the
art style
design. Yeah, I found a lot of them really annoying.
Yeah,
just like I don't know.
In the art style, you found him annoying?
Yeah, like the art, especially Maeda. It's just
his hair is. I don't like his hair.
Annoying. Takeda's the only one who's like, I guess traditionally drawn.
Yeah.
Him and
Kinoshita.
Yeah. So the other guy, the Joey Wheeler.
Joey Wheeler.
Voice actor. Yeah.
And then Tanaka is like really weird looking with his like big head and he's short.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing that I did enjoy was that the different costumes that Maeno and Izawa wore were pretty cool, and a lot of them were like why would you think about that as a costume? Like I don't know if you've seen this one, but they dressed up. It was just like a red jumpsuit, and they had like a broom on their head.
No.
And they're arguing which broom was better, like because one was like a push broom, and one of them was just like one with longer bristles. Okay. And they're arguing about which broom was better.
Okay, but I can see that. I can see how you can see like, oh, they have like different.
Yeah, there's a lot of different costumes.
Like their dog costumes.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. I don't like their hijinks is like too much for
It
me.
overshadows the costume designs.
No, I mean some of them are like really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just that I don't know. I felt disgusted watching this anime.
Yeah.
I did not get excited. I did not have a. There's points where I laughed. That they were good chuckles, but other than that, I can't.
Yeah, the majority of it is not good.
Yeah, do you got anything else to say about the?
I liked
art?
I liked Kyoko's different outfits.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I really liked her as a character. She was.
I liked her
cool.
like bandana outfit when she was on the. I think no, that wasn't the date. She had a bandana. Oh, during the first tournament, she was wearing like a bandana and a striped shirt.
Her cigarette that she always has.
Yeah.
She is really cool. I actually really enjoyed her character design. Actually.
Yeah. Definitely the best one.
I also don't like the super. I guess we kind of touched on it. The super disfigured art that happens from time to time, like when a character would, especially like the counselor or their teacher who's the counselor of the club.
Yeah.
Like when he would yell, like his head would get
hella big.
really big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh, I don't. Yeah. There's just like super deformed things I don't like about that anime.
Okay.
About this anime.
That happens quite a bit. Mayano also like does that as well with his like mouth becoming really big, almost looking like a hippopotamus.
Yeah.
And
all right. Characters. Do you want to go worst characters first or favorite characters?
We should do favorite characters first because least is like.
That's
a big one.
Exactly. So hold on.
You want me to go first?
Well, I only have two.
Okay. Well, I think we both have
Probably
Kyoko.
Yeah, Kyoko and Takeda. I have them both down together because Takeda, I think by himself doesn't really hold up as a character.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that he's more of a meh character to me.
He's a bland character. He's like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's the most normal out of the bunch.
Yeah.
And then Kyoko is just like I mentioned earlier. She's probably like the best character in the whole series.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say. Really cool. Really really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Even her voice actress, she's not like super good, but she does the job.
Yeah,
she gets the job done.
And I really like how like she comes off as like the bad girl and kind of easy, but she's actually like pretty bashful with what's his name, Takeda.
Yeah,
and I really enjoyed that.
Like, yeah, I can see that. Like, she's like a girly girl around him.
Yeah,
but still actually being tough at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You got anybody else? I mean, I actually want to shout out a character that's ironically my favorite character.
Which one?
And that's the Nova Scotian accent.
Oh, that lady.
Lady.
Yeah. Such a great scene.
Oh my goodness, that scene actually did make me laugh just because like
I was at work when I watched that and I was cracking up by myself in the break room.
Dude, that boy, I don't know who. I want to be in the room. I wanted to be in the room when the ADR director was like, "Yeah, cut it. That was good.
Yeah, that was good. Perfect accent."
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but it's the same voice actress of the swim coach. It's the same.
Yeah, they did
VA.
reuse a lot of people.
Yeah, and you can kind of. I think that the Nova Scotia accent might be her actual accent.
Okay.
Because the offices were based in New York.
Oh yeah, and that's where Nova Scotia is on the east side
of Canada.
Yeah.
So that's what I would assume it was like her actual accent.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of hear it in her, in the swim teacher too. But she was not a good voice actress. But it added a certain like when I first started this anime, I was like, and I heard it was that old. I got really excited because I was like, "Oh, we're about to hear some
really bad voice,
some really bad voice," and it delivered on that expectation.
Mm-hmm, exactly. I feel like I've heard her before too. Somewhere.
When I looked her up, I didn't find her anywhere else. So
and like she hasn't done any other anime.
No, nothing
that you knew.
I knew. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should look her up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ugh, sorry.
Back to favorite characters. I actually have a love-hate relationship with Maeno.
Okay.
Yeah, because like on one hand he's like super irritating and annoying, and if he was real, I would definitely like punch him in the face.
Oh, there's a lot of times I would throttle.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm. And then on the other hand, I think he is somewhat entertaining and funny because of him being irritating and annoying.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so he's on my list, but kind of like in between. I don't know. He's definitely a love-hate. And then I had Kyoko.
Yeah, Kyoko, cutie.
Yeah, she's nice.
All right. I think
Least
before we
favorite.
hit to the least,
Oh, you want to go for
let's go
underutilized?
underutilized. I don't
Okay.
have an underutilized character,
Okay.
so go ahead. Who was yours?
So I have Chiyoko, and I just wish he was like in it more.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scenes where she's just in it, has no speaking lines, and
Yeah, she's just there, and I wish there was like more of her relationship with Izawa. And I just put one as a joke, which is Miyuki the ladybug. And I'm sure you don't know.
no,
You haven't seen that episode, right?
No, I don't think so.
So there was like an episode where there's a contest where you have to be a couple in order to enter it, and if you win, you get $5,000 and a trip to Guam.
All right.
And so everybody's scrambling to get partners, and Maeno is left out in the dust, so he has like nobody to get. So he brings a ladybug,
Oh,
and and it's funny because they show scenes of him like how he met the ladybug, and they spent like a weekend together, like in bed with each other. Like there's like a scene where like they show Maeno's nipple and the ladybug's like crawling around it.
oh my god.
But it ends up like when he gets to the place, the ladybug just flies off, and he's stuck with nobody.
Jesus.
But yeah, I put that one mostly for a joke. But yeah, Mayuki,
Right.
definitely wanted to see more of her.
Are you ready for the rundown?
The rundown.
That is
the least favorite character.
favorite characters. Where should we start?
Well, we should say that it's literally everybody else.
Everybody, yeah, literally everyone is horror trash in this anime.
Yeah, some more than others, but everybody's pretty much garbage.
All right, where are we starting, Jay? Who
I think-
who you pulling up first?
I don't like Tanabe because he's just a one-dimensional, one-joke character.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's like he stinks, and that's about it. That's his character.
He stinks and he's American.
Yeah,
That's
he's a stinky American.
my favorite thing is he's played by like you said, he's played by Yugi Moto.
Yeah.
Yugi Moto's voice actor, and one of my favorite lines from him, he goes, "Yeah, my shirt says USA."
Oh yeah,
It's just
it's so
dumb.
stupid.
I mean, he's a like a nice guy, but like I said, he's like a one note character.
Yeah,
They play that note to death.
exactly. It's played up all the way to the bitter end.
Really?
Yeah,
Ugh.
because I think one of the last episodes is them trying to recruit new members, and
They can't
They-
deal with the stink.
yeah, he's like advertising, and everybody around him like faints,
That's not gosh dang.
which is what they've done since the beginning.
Exactly. All right, next.
Tanaka, the stupid short round head guy.
Oh my goodness.
He's like, he has nothing about him. He's like
the most horrible voice out
Yeah.
of the
it's like somebody plugging their nose. Oh, wow, sweet peaches. That's all he said. And he doesn't say anything. It's like all he does is grunt and say sweet peaches or something stupid.
Yeah.
And one of the scenes that I hated the most was that, like, okay, so he's like, he stole the money from the class. Did you see that
Yeah,
episode?
I saw that episode.
Yeah, he stole the money from the club, and he bought like a bunch of grocery stuff. And I knew straight away when I saw jam of what stuff that he was unloading that he was gonna use it for the dogs to lick him. And I was like, oh my god, this is like the most cringiest thing.
Oh my goodness.
One of the most cringiest things I've seen.
Ugh. Yeah. There's not much I can say more about it. It's just really bad.
Just a bad character. Sweet peaches. That's all. That's all he is. There's actually an episode where they explain that he comes from a long line of panty thieves.
That's stupid. Gosh dang.
And they explain it in the episode where they actually go have a sleepover at Kishimoto's house, and he's trying to remove the panties of his younger sister or older. I'm not sure if it's
Oh
older
my
or younger.
God.
And it turns out that he pulled the underwear off of Kinoshita.
All right.
But yeah, he did it anyway.
All right. Next.
Next, I guess Kinoshita. We could
Yeah.
talk about him, Joey.
Joey. Yeah. I don't know. I thought he was a bearable.
Yeah, he's
the
bearable.
most inconsistent. I feel.
Okay,
Out
yeah,
of all of them. Like at some points he was like really good. And
yeah.
at other points he'd like fall back into the rest of the group.
Like sometimes, like he would be like the playboy type, and sometimes he was a good guy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sometimes he was a jerk.
The episode where he's dressed as a girl was pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
I'll give.
him that one.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's the episode with the Nova Scotia lady.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why I really like that episode.
Yeah.
You got anybody else on that list? I pretty much
Pretty much
we
the
could
whole.
pick any character in that
Yeah.
show.
Izawa, I mean, he's just a henchman. That's all he is.
Yeah.
He does-
Like I said, the teacher is just annoying.
Yeah, teacher, I don't really care about. The other guy that's trying to close the school or the
club.
club. Yeah, he's
The teacher's the female teacher, the swim teacher. She's fine.
yeah, she's okay.
But yeah, it's I don't feel like except for like the two I mentioned, and I guess how you liked.
A
Maeda.
little bit.
The two I mentioned, like they were the only really interesting characters I found.
Yeah, exactly.
And even their like one-dimensional relationship wasn't really anything to brag about. Like that was the one thing I asked you was like, oh, how was the relationship like pan out? And you're like, no,
It doesn't
always-
really come.
yeah.
They always get messed up. I mean, the last scene of the anime is like a ping pong ball falls on the floor, and then both of their hands reach for it and they touch,
oh,
and then they're like super close, like about to kiss, and then Maeno and Izawa ruin it, and that's when it ends.
gosh dang it! All right,
Yeah, super disappointing.
favorite episodes. Let's go favorite episodes.
Okay, I have more to talk about with favorite episodes.
Yeah, me too. Or do you want to go least? What do you want to go first?
I'd rather do
Because least,
I'd rather do
I have
first.
I have a blanket answer for least.
Yeah, me too.
So, my favorite episodes. I actually only picked the halves.
Yeah, I picked some halves as well.
So, one of my favorite ones is the sex ticket.
Okay, yeah.
Sex ticket is just really great. I forgot I think the other one is what's the name of the school? Is it Inashiro or something like that?
It's something with an I.
Yeah, but it was like the sex ticket and that are one episode together.
Yeah.
Really good. I really like that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's like Kyoko like freaking out about, oh my god, I might have to have sex with
One of these guys for a month.
yeah, exactly.
And then she extends it to a year. Like I think during the tournament, right?
You're right, exactly. Yeah,
What?
I like that idea. She's like, oh my god, you like Takeda, you have to
win.
You have to sweep because I'm not gonna have sex with my Edo.
And he almost won too.
Yeah, and
but he got disqualified because of that stupid. He had the old lady take his place.
Yeah, exactly.
One of my favorite lines is from that episode where Kinoshita is like, "Can I bring some friends over and make it an orgy?" And in my head I was like, "That's not an orgy. That's a gangbang."
Okay, exactly.
Poor Kyoko.
I know. She's like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, for me, I have the second half of episode 8. This is when Kyoko and Takeda go out on their date.
Oh yeah, I really like that. I think it's really cute episode.
Yeah, I like that movie that they saw. It was just like dogs humping the whole time.
Yeah.
And then Maeno and Izawa were like so moved by it, and they bought like the costume and everything.
Exactly.
And that's the first appearance of the panda car that they drive all over.
That's so, I know. It's so weird that panda car is. Ugh, I don't know. That's how I can describe this whole anime. Is just like ugh. But yeah, that is a good episode minus the Maeda parts. I feel.
Yeah, they had some cute moments in there, and I want a dog onesie. That'd be fun to wear.
That'd be a great cosplay.
Yeah, that would be a fun cosplay.
Super deep cuts.
Mm-hmm.
I also have mine, First Love. So that's the episode we're talking about with the Nova Scotian accent.
Oh yeah, I put that on my list
Yeah,
solely because of that scene.
that I hit him on the head with a radish.
Then I had my way with him.
With him.
And I even became pregnant.
Oh my goodness.
And what's even funnier is that when the guy comes to pick him up, he's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" They're like, "Get in the car."
He's like, "Get in the car." She's like, "Okay." Oh my goodness.
They're completely submissive. It's like, okay.
That's my favorite. When he's chasing, what's his face with the turnip at the end?
Oh
the
yeah,
radish.
the radish.
He's like, "I need to make you pregnant with my child."
And then when he finds out it's Kinoshita, he was like, "It doesn't matter." Oh, I should say it with my nose plug. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then freaking Maeno and Izawa join in.
Yeah, exactly. But then it's also the really cool thing about that episode is you get to see Kyoko get really jealous
Oh yeah.
and how Takeda's just like clueless.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that like subtle character development of like this character is supposed to be like she almost like oozes confidence.
Yeah.
In a way, but when it's against quote unquote like cuter girl, she gets very possessive and
Jealous. Yeah, it's endearing. I like it. All right, so I have one more episode that I like, and that's episode 16. And I think it might be just a half part. I don't know if it's a double episode, but this is an episode. You haven't seen this one. This is where Maeno and Izawa impersonate a doctor and a nurse, and they inspect everybody's bodies.
All right.
Then the whole school, even the faculty.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
right.
and they film everything. And it has one of my favorite jokes. It's so stupid. I love stupid jokes. If one thing about this podcast that you know about me,
Yeah.
I love stupid jokes. And so he films everybody, and Takeda finds out and he steals the tape because back then they had tapes back.
Yeah.
Shout out to tapes. And he doesn't know where to throw it away, so he goes to the zoo, and
Okay.
and they find him, and they're on the panda car, of course.
Yeah.
And he ends up throwing it and into a place where there's a walrus.
Mm-hmm.
And Maeno's like, "Why'd you do that, you buffoon?" And then the guy cleaning the walrus cage is like, "This is not a baboon. This is a walrus."
Gosh dang it.
It's such a stupid joke, but I love it.
Ugh. Ugh.
But that whole episode it's pretty funny. It's the most boobs I've ever seen in an anime. Like, it's the most boobs. I can't really say anything else.
I'm going back and watching it right now.
Not that I liked it because of the boobs. It was just.
But
It was
like,
just.
oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Apparently you haven't seen High School DxD, so
Oh no.
we need to get in there. All right, worst.
Oh,
episode.
and one thing I wanted to mention is that's the episode with the Frank Sinatra syndrome, and Kyoko is the one that has it, and the cure was to put two candles on both her butt cheeks and light them, and have the wax melt on her.
All right.
So that was stupid. All right,
All right.
least favorite episodes.
Every other episode.
Literally every other episode. It's more or less the same.
If I told you what was wrong with my least favorite episode, you can apply it to every episode.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think the most boring episode for me is I think it's in the second half that you didn't see. It's an episode where like Tanabe is like being good or something like that, or he's trying to be like helpful to people, and he ends up trying to save a kid that was drowning, and he saves him, but after he saves him, he realizes he doesn't know how to swim, and he drowns, and that's about it.
all right.
They freak out and try to call an ambulance, but he ends up coming to life on his own.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that was a pretty boring episode.
Yeah, I don't have really any
Specific
episodes.
Yeah.
They're all
one-dimensional
bad jokes.
bad jokes. The same jokes.
Exactly.
different situations.
All right, Jade. Do you have any final thoughts on Ping Pong Club?
Um, I don't know. It is pretty ridiculous, but and I could see why a lot of people, some people like it and have
Yeah.
like a lot of nostalgia for it, but it's just not for me.
I was gonna say like it's just not our cup of tea. It's not our forte,
Yeah,
honestly. Um, I don't even say I wish it was better because I
yeah,
don't
yeah. It's its own thing.
like exactly. It has its niche,
Yeah.
and we're just not in it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, accessibility. You were hyping this up earlier, Jay. So what?
Yeah, I have actually a lot to say about accessibility. So this actually it's not for anybody, or not for everybody. I
Yeah,
meant to say. Um, I mean, there's a lot of male frontal nudity throughout the series. You see a lot of dicks in this anime, uncircumcised dicks
yeah,
at that,
exactly.
and like I said before, it's the most boobs I've ever seen in an anime. There's a lot of sexual situations, and there I guess actual sexual stuff being performed.
Right,
Like, well, it's mostly like nipple licking, but
right.
that counts as something performed.
Or a Maelo getting an erection.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot as well. Um, there's a lot of crude language, and just general a lot of gross stuff happening.
Yeah,
So definitely not for everybody.
definitely. And then you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah,
It's safe to pirate because
nobody cares about it.
nobody cares about it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
well, both sub and dub are on YouTube, but you never know. Somebody might take it down because of the dicks and the boobs and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but from not many people are watching it because a lot of the episodes have like less than 1,000 views.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think it's safe for now.
Yeah. Rewatchability.
Never
None.
watching this again.
None whatsoever.
Never watching it again.
I didn't even finish it.
Yeah, you didn't even finish it.
Exactly. Not would even go back
Yeah.
just to say I finished it.
Mm-hmm.
Changes we would make. I would get the original script and just throw it in the garbage. Don't even start.
Like I said before, this anime is just has its own thing going for it. Like, I don't think anything would make it better without doing something major to the story. So I just say just leave it as is.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's just not like you'd have to
Start from the ground
start
up.
from the ground up
Yeah.
and like make it something completely different that it's not like
Yeah, and that will
just changes the
just
whole
change it
idea of
completely.
Like I think like the only idea that only other anime that we said that just take it down was like Speed Graphers,
Yeah.
but you could change elements of Speed Graphers and keep like
The plot
the
the
plot
same.
and stuff, but for Ping Pong Club you'd have to make a completely different anime.
Yeah, because there's no real like storyline. It's just one thing happening after the other.
Yeah, maybe like our old thing of more money, but even then,
Yeah, even then, I don't know. I don't think better voice acting would help it. I don't think
no, I think the bad voice acting is
it has to stay.
yeah, it's a charm of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jay. The final verdict.
The
What do you
verdict
rate
is
this?
in. For me, this is a hard pass.
Yeah, this is me. For me, this is an avoid.
Yeah, the first avoid that you're giving.
This is the first avoid I'm giving.
Mm-hmm.
I can comfortably say this is worse than Speed Graphers.
Yeah, this is. For me, I think this is like. I don't know if it's on the same level as Speed Graphers, but it's definitely below it on my list.
Yeah, because at least Speed Graphers has an interesting concept to it.
Yeah,
It just doesn't follow through. This, it's
just
too disjointed. It's too messy.
Yeah, and too repetitive.
Exactly.
I mean, I made it a hard pass because there was some parts that I enjoyed and I really laughed.
Yeah.
But overall, it wasn't that fun for me.
I feel like I liked more of this anime than I liked the Speed Graphers. Just that I don't know. There's just so much I hate more. The
Yeah.
hate overpowers the stuff that I like.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's more hate on this anime than Speed Graphers. I feel.
yeah, I think from both of them, more probably there's a little bit more because at least with Speed Graphics, it's more of like we were disappointed.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it was such a cool story, like concept, but it just never delivered,
Yeah,
like you
never,
said.
Yeah, never follows through with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so avoid.
Yeah. I give it a hard pass, but it's still on the bottom.
All right. Now that we're done smacking our balls.
Now that we performed the protruding pecker shot.
Exactly.
And we made that last point, whatever. What do we got next week, Aaron?
All right. So I've been me and Jay are watching Ping Pong Club reminded me of something. And there's an anime that does it better. So
is it ping pong related?
I know. No, it's not ping pong related.
Okay.
It is garbage humor related.
Okay.
So I was hyping Jay up and told him we're doing a legendary studio that we've never covered before by a legendary director that we've never covered before.
Okay.
So the legendary studio is Gainax.
Okay.
We have not touched a Gainax anime yet. And
yeah.
The first Gainax anime we're doing is the classic panty and stocking with garter belt.
Okay, this is the one that you told me that they tried to make it like an American cartoon, right?
Yeah. So the whole premise of it was after finishing Gurren Lagann, because that's the director.
Yeah.
He did Gurren Lagann. So they needed a next project. So they took their staff up to like an onsen and got like super drunk, and they were flipping through the TV, and they found Drawn Together.
Yeah.
The anime, the
cartoon
Drawn Together, and they saw how like raunchy it was and how like gross it was, and they were like, we can make something worse than this.
Yeah.
And so that's where panty and stocking comes from. Like it's even if you look at it, it looks like it's not a traditional American cartoon, but it looks more
Americanized.
Cartoony. And it's just like Ping Pong Club, where it's split into 15-minute segments or 11-minute segments, and with no real. This is a kind of an overarching story, but not really. Like the whole point is it's two fallen angels are trying to buy their way back into heaven.
Okay.
And their exploits. It's pretty good. I enjoy it.
How many episodes is it?
I want to say 12. It's 12 or 13.
Okay. And where can we watch it?
I think I know the sub is on Crunchyroll. The dubs on Funimation. The first 2 dub episodes are on YouTube. Like, posted by Funimation.
Is this the one where you told me that the creator likes the dub more than the sub?
Yeah. So the creator actually enjoys the dub more because it actually reminds them of a American cartoon.
Okay. So we're gonna have to watch it.
Yeah,
that way.
Watch it dubbed. I honestly prefer it dubbed. The sub, I don't find the characters' voices really
match well or what?
Not match well, but just like I find they're annoying.
Oh, okay.
And the one joke that we'll miss that people always laugh at is they curse in English in the sub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like there's a lot of motherfuckers, bitch, and like all this stuff.
There's a lot of that in Ping Pong Club.
Yeah. The one thing I could say like about even a Ping Pong Club, I could say like writing for it must have been really fun.
Okay.
And writing for this one, I feel like it's really, really fun. There's a lot of good writing in this anime. A lot of fun writing.
All right. That sounds super fun. I can't wait to actually get some good comedy in.
Yeah, and it is gross out humor too. So it's not like there is no like exposure or anything. Like there's no dicks or boobs or anything, but like it's a sometimes it's a monster of the week anime.
Okay.
Like the first thing they fight is a giant monster made of poop,
Okay.
and what comes along with that. So
Okay.
we might watch it right now. We didn't
Okay.
watch the first episode, but
That sounds like a good plan.
yeah, that next week, I don't know. I promise a better raunchy anime or your money back, I guess.
All right. So if you like us, go ahead and leave a like on that SoundCloud. Follow us on SoundCloud. Follow us on iTunes. You'll get each new episode first on there. And go ahead and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We're doing some stuff on there now. We're actually gonna start a new Let's Play.
Yeah.
Today.
We're by probably this week or finish uploading the last 2 birds of
Hotful.
And then maybe by Thursday we'll start uploading. I'll start uploading more regularly.
Okay.
It's not that we don't have the content. It's more of that I forget. So I'm gonna try to be better about uploading things.
Yeah, and it is kind of tough for us to record stuff together because we have like different schedules a lot of the time.
Yeah, our work schedules are very different. Like if I had an evening work schedule where you can come in after work and we can do stuff, that would be better. But it's not allotting right now.
Yeah, but yeah, just subscribe on all channels that we've mentioned. I have the Instagram. It's just drawings.
Yeah, you're just mentioning that pretty soon you have some sketches you're working on.
Oh yeah,
to work on.
Yeah, I have a few stuff that's in the melting pot right now.
And with that, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Boy, I'd love to bob for apples in her bucket. My apple has a big worm in it.
Can I bring friends and make it an orgy?
Sure, bring 'em on.
Righteous.